Hi everybody, it's Monica with American English with Monica. I'm so glad you're here. We're talking about phrasal verbs. I'm doing a series so that I bring you a new video every week to review some really important phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are used often, and if you're learning English, it's important to review them. If you need English for work, or if you need English for a Cambridge exam, you just want to increase your confidence, you've got to study phrasal verbs, okay? And you might not use them when you're speaking, but you'll definitely hear them and see them in writing when you're communicating, all right? So this week, I'm only bringing you one. Normally, I've been bringing you 2 or 3 phrasal verbs every week, and if you missed previous lessons, please go watch them. This week, I'm bringing you one, and I'm talking about 3 different definitions for that one phrasal verb. And just to make things more confusing, many phrasal verbs have multiple definitions, and this one has 7 or 8. But I'm only going to talk about the 3 most common. And the phrasal verb is make up. Yeah. Now, I don't mean the noun. You might have heard of the noun makeup, which some people put cosmetics on their face. That's different. I'm talking about the phrasal verb. And actually, one of the 7 or 8 definitions of this phrasal verb is about cosmetics, but it's so uncommon that I usually don't teach it. But it is a phrasal verb to say, you need to make up your face before you go on stage. That would be appropriate. It's just so uncommon. We always just say, I need to put makeup on. Okay? Let's talk about makeup as a phrasal verb for the 3 most common expressions that I really want you to know. All right? The first one is to invent something, to use your imagination and make up a story or an excuse or a lie, right? It might be good, it might be bad if someone makes up something. But let's write invent as the verb that's the closest. Now, we encourage this if someone is being creative, right? If children are playing with toys or if you're an artist, we encourage creativity. You need to make up stories for your toys or make up new ideas for your art. Using your imagination is a good thing. But sometimes this phrasal verb is used in a negative way if someone is late for work a lot and they keep making up reasons they were late. They're making up excuses, right? So sometimes it's positive and sometimes it's a negative, depending on the context. You should know that this definition, you can separate the words make up for this definition, not for the next one. But for this definition, you need to make it up. He made a story up. The children were making fairy tales up. We can separate the phrasal verb, and that's important to know. There is no preposition that's always attached to this definition. Okay? So the next one I really want you to know is if you have a disagreement with someone, you have a disagreement, a misunderstanding, maybe you have an argument or a fight, but then later you talk, everything's okay. Later, you're now getting along. You have forgiven each other. Then you make up with a person. You heard the preposition with. To reconcile is a good reconcile. It's a good verb to tell you about the second definition. But remember, it's with someone. All right? My neighbor and I had a disagreement, but then we talked about it and we made up. Past tense, made up. You cannot separate this. I didn't make it up with my neighbor. I just need to make up with my neighbor after an argument. Okay, I'm lucky. I have really nice neighbors, so that's not a true story. But it's important to know, very important to know this definition. This happens at work sometimes. There's disagreements or misunderstandings, and you might be asked to, go make up with the receptionist. She feels insulted. Or go make up with your boss. She feels like you've been late a lot and she wants to talk to you. When your boss talks to you about being late, don't make up excuses. Okay, let's move on. Just remember the word with is that second definition, the preposition. I have seen this on many Cambridge exams, the practice tests, so make sure you know this definition. Okay? The third common definition that I want you to know for make up is when you miss a bunch of work or school or tasks because you were absent, right? Maybe you were on a vacation, on a holiday, or maybe you were sick. For some reason, you were absent for a few days or a few weeks. And when you return to your regularly scheduled life at the office or at school or in your house, you might have missed a lot of tasks, probably, if you were absent. And now you have a lot of work to make up. Okay? If you're sick for a week in bed, you wake up, you have lots of tasks in your house or in your office to make up. We don't have a verb that really correlates, so I'll just write to do extra work. It's not extra, it's just all the tasks and work that you missed when you were absent. Okay? Sometimes it's hard to go on a vacation from the office. A lot of my clients work with American companies, and it's frowned upon. Unfortunately, it's not as common in America to take long holidays, vacations, and rest periods. It's different with my European clients where it's very normal to be absent for 3 weeks in the summer or a few weeks at Christmas. But in American companies, it's unusual because when you come back after a long vacation, there's a lot of work to make up. And yes, we can split this one. We can separate. I missed 3 assignments. I have to make them up. We can also use this with time. I was absent or I was late for work. I missed my first 3 hours. I will make it up today. Okay, these are the 3 definitions I want you to review and be familiar with. If you have any questions or comments or examples of using these, definitely type them in the comments, you guys. I like hearing what you're saying. I'm going to be doing a video every week for you with some phrasal verbs. These are important to review. And again, American English with Monica. I teach business professionals and I help you increase your confidence with communication. So I'm glad you're here. You can like and subscribe and share and comment, and I'll keep making the weekly videos for you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.